Going to college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I couldn't wrap my head around what could exist between showing something at Fashion Week and where I was just sewing garments in my room, trying to figure out what I could do with these skills and these interests that I had. My dad was born and raised in inner city Detroit. They were pretty poor growing up, so they had to be really creative with the resources that they did have. Anything from mechanical issues to sewing up holes, fashioning those to make them tailored and look good, they had to do out of necessity. His resourcefulness translated into his adult life. He worked as an art teacher by day, but he always had side projects outside of his school day. A lot of this would stem from a tactical point of view where he's like, I want a bag that does these things and I can't find it, so I'm gonna make it. But then he also saw the creative and expressive point. It's like, I think this type of dress would be wonderful for my wife, so I could make that with the resources that I have and make it custom to fit her. He made all sorts of dresses. He made these really beautiful fur coats, made bags, and he made shoes even. He would hammer in the leather and make these really cool sandals for her. So his resourcefulness, that in tandem with his creativity, is kind of how I grew up and how I was inspired, especially his sewing skills. Taking a flat piece of fabric and turning it into a three-dimensional form was really fascinating and interesting to me. When going to art school, I focused on a range of different skills: ceramics, woodworking, fashion, apparel, textiles. I tried a lot of different things, but I just didn't know how to package all of that up and make it translate to a job. So that's how I came to study color and materials design. It blended everything creative that I loved with all the focus that I craved. After working in the apparel industry on the West Coast for a few years, I found myself back in Michigan. I was just reaching out to my old professor who was asking hey, what are my options in Michigan? What have I got here? I loved the work I was doing in the apparel industry, so she recommended reaching out to General Motors to see if that could work well. Upon interviewing and just talking more with my current team, it became clear that a lot of my skills would in fact translate and make sense within the automotive context. I think it's so rewarding to know that one little decision in this big puzzle that I made that someone responds to, that they get to surround themselves with for years and years. It's pretty cool. I never could have predicted my path, but I'm really grateful that I had visibility to working with my dad, doing anything from sewing to changing our oil on our vehicle to plastering a wall. Don't say no to any opportunity or experience that you have, whether it seems really small in the moment or insignificant. Never know where it could lead.